So to Capitol Hill now, where the fight between Congress and the Trump administration is escalating. The House Judiciary Committee is set to vote on whether to hold Attorney General William Barr in contempt of Congress for failing to provide the full, unredacted Mueller report.
The Attorney General has issued a threat in return, the form of legal advice for President Trump. The Justice Department says the president could invoke the executive privilege to keep the entire report hidden. CBS News Capitol Hill producer Rebecca Kaplan is following the latest from Capitol Hill, and she joins us now. So, Rebecca, take us through today's expected vote and why Democrats feel that this move is necessary when it comes to their oversight duties.
Good morning, guys. So what we are going to see here at 10 o'clock a.m. is the House Judiciary will come in and they will vote to hold the Attorney General in contempt. And now this could take a while. We expect Republicans might throw up some procedural hurdles. They may have the entire motion be read, which is long. It's over 20 pages, so that could take a while. But I expect that by the end of the hearing of the House Judiciary Committee today, they will have recommended that the full House of Representatives vote to hold Barr in contempt. And as we've seen over the last few weeks, the Mueller report didn't end for Democrats when Special Counsel Robert Mueller actually handed it over to Attorney General Barr. Democrats saw this message from Mueller in the report that there was more work for them to do. They say that he flagged several instances of obstruction that were very questionable, but that he was bound by the rules of the Justice Department and could not actually indict a sitting president. So Democrats see it as their duty at this point to take up this investigation. And part of that means seeing the entire report and all of the underlying documents that went into crafting it. So part of this argument that we've seen between them and the Justice Department over the last few days is how many members of Congress can actually see this full unredacted report. Originally, the Justice Department offered to show it to 12 members, the top leadership of the House and Senate, as well as leaders of the Intelligence and Judiciary Committees. And one of the counteroffers that House Judiciary Democrats made was that they wanted all of the members on their own committee to be able to see this report. So that takes us to several dozen rather than just the dozen that the Justice Department wanted. So they've been locked in this battle, which ended quite dramatically last night at around 11 o'clock when we heard that the Justice Department said, if you hold Barr in contempt tomorrow, Barr is going to recommend that the president invoke executive privilege over this entire Mueller report and all of the underlying documents.
Okay, so let's play it out then. Say that's exactly what happens. Barr has found that he's in contempt of Congress. The president says executive privilege. Then where do things go?
Well, things will then go to the full House of Representatives. And that is where I think, Democrats control the House of Representatives, so it is still likely that we will see them vote to recommend contempt for Attorney General Barr. And Speaker Pelosi said just a few minutes ago at a Washington Post event that she does support Barr being held in contempt. And that's no surprise. She told reporters last week that she believes that he actually committed a crime by lying to Congress when he has been up here testifying about the Mueller report and about his conversations with Special Counsel Mueller before its release. So it will go to the full House for a vote, but that is when things get kind of questionable. As we've seen from some past examples, most notably when Attorney General Eric Holder was held in contempt by Congress back earlier this decade, it doesn't actually usually result in real contempt. I mean, it does result in contempt charges, but it doesn't actually really mean real consequences for the person. With the case of Attorney General Eric Holder, that contempt gets referred to the Justice Department, and then they get to make a decision about whether to pass it on to the U.S. Attorney for actual charges. And it's likely that if this is Barr's Deputy Attorney General making a decision about whether he should be charged, he won't be charged, right, because that goes back to the administration. So then the other option becomes whether they will seek some sort of civil enforcement of this subpoena, whether they go to court and ask for the subpoena to be enforced by a court. So they say, you need to direct the Attorney General to release these materials. So in all honesty, this could end up in a years-long court battle that goes on for quite some time.
Really interesting. Okay, so we're just a short time away from that happening. Rebecca, as always, we thank you for your insight and your reporting.